The History of the 1992 Elizabeth II One Penny Coin, a fascinating tale of tradition, change, and collectible value. The Spark of a Coin's Story. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, because we reveal the hidden stories behind rare coins that you won't find anywhere else. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Imagine holding a small bronze disc in your palm, a one-penny coin from 1992, bearing the regal portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. On its front, the Queen's dignified profile stares back, encircled by the Latin inscription Elizabeth II, DG Reg FD 1992. On the reverse, a portcullis, the symbol of the British Parliament, stands proudly, with 1 penny etched below. This coin isn't just pocket change, it's a snapshot of history, minted during a time of economic reform and royal continuity in the United Kingdom. Why was it created? Who designed it? What's its journey been like? And how much is it worth in the international market today? In this detailed narrative, we'll uncover the full story, blending historical facts with intriguing anecdotes to make it as engaging as a royal drama. We'll explore the front and back sides separately, dive into its creation, purpose, and timeline, and reveal its collectible allure. The obverse, front, of the 1992 one-penny coin features the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right, as per tradition for British monarchs. The inscription reads, Elizabeth II, DG Reg FD 1992, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen and Defender of the Faith, 1992. This design wasn't new in 1992. It evolved from earlier portraits but was specifically updated for the decimal era. The history of this front side traces back to the decimalization of British currency in 1971, when the old pounds, shillings, and pence system was replaced by a decimal one. Queen Elizabeth II ascended the throne in 1952, and her first coin portrait, designed by Mary Gillick, appeared in 1953. It showed a youthful queen in a laurel crown, symbolizing a fresh start post-World War II. By the 1980s, as the Queen aged, the Royal Mint sought a more mature depiction. In 1984, designer Raphael Loewy, with Arnold Machin's influence from earlier works, created a new portrait. The Queen's hair styled elegantly, wearing a necklace and earrings, facing right to honor the direction set by her father, King George VI. For the 1992 coin, this portrait was retained but struck with precision at the Royal Mint in Llantrisant, Wales. Why 1992 specifically? It was a pivotal year. The UK was grappling with economic challenges under Prime Minister John Major, including high inflation and the aftermath of the Gulf War. The coin was part of the standard circulating series, but 1992 also marked the 40th anniversary of the Queen's accession, though the big Platinum Jubilee celebrations came later. Interestingly, 1992 was a dateless year for some pennies due to a minting error. No, wait, that's a myth. Actually, the 1992 penny is notable for being one of the last bronze pennies before the switch to copper-plated steel in 1992 itself. Half of the 1992 pennies were struck in bronze, and the other half in the new steel composition as a transitional experiment. This duality makes the bronze version a collector's gem. Who created this front? The portrait was originally sculpted by Raphael Loewy in 1984, but for 1992, it was the work of the Royal Mint's engravers, overseen by the chief engraver at the time, Bernard Sindall. The Latin inscription harks back to the 17th century, coined during the reign of Charles II, emphasizing divine right and faith, a nod to the Church of England's supremacy. The DG stands for De Gratia, by the grace of God, REG for Regina, Queen, and FD for Fide Defensor, Defender of the Faith, titles granted by Pope Leo X in 1521 to Henry VIII, later revoked and reclaimed by English monarchs. The story behind this side is laced with intrigue. During the photo shoot for the 1984 portrait, the Queen insisted on natural lighting to capture her essence authentically, refusing heavy makeup. This human touch contrasts the coin's formal aura. In 1992, as Europe moved toward the euro, though the UK resisted, this penny symbolized British sovereignty, a tiny rebellion against continental unity. Collectors love it for its subtle variations. Some 1992 pennies have a slightly different die alignment, making rare error coins worth millions. The reverse, backside, of the 1992 one-penny coin is one of the most enduring and symbolic designs in modern British numismatics. It features a crowned portcullis with chains, a fortified gate-like emblem, royally topped with a crown, symbolizing strength, protection, and authority. Above it reads, "1 penny," and below is the numeral 1. This isn't just decorative, it's deeply rooted in British history. The portcullis design was created by Christopher Ironside, a renowned British sculptor and coin designer, OBE, FRBS, born in 1913, and who sadly passed away in July 1992, the very year this coin was minted in large numbers. Ironside won a major competition in the late 1960s to design the reverses for Britain's new decimal coins, introduced on Decimal Day, February 15, 1971. Over 80 artists submitted nearly 900 designs, but Ironside's elegant heraldic style prevailed. His portcullis for the 1 penny is an adaptation of the badge of Henry VII, the first Tudor king who ruled from 1485 to 1509. Henry VII adopted this symbol after his victory at Bosworth Field, linking it to the Palace of Westminster, home of Parliament. The portcullis represents the gateway to governance, security of the realm, and the enduring power of the British parliamentary system. Chains dangling from it evoke medieval castle defenses, a reminder that Britain's democracy has ancient, fortified roots. In the decimal transition, smaller denominations needed simple, recognizable symbols. The penny, being the lowest value after the halfpenny's eventual removal, got the portcullis to signify the foundation of the economy and state, humble yet essential, just like the coin itself. From 1971 to 1981, it was labeled New Penny to distinguish it from pre-decimal pennies and avoid confusion. By 1982, it changed to 1 penny, as the new era became normal. The 1992 version kept this exact Ironside design, making it a bridge between old traditions and modern economics. Now, the big story of why 1992 is special for the entire coin. This was the transitional year. From 1971 to 1991, 1 penny coins were made of bronze, 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, 0.5% tin, weighing 3.56 grams. But rising global copper prices made production too expensive. The metal value sometimes exceeded the face value. To cut costs, the Royal Mint switched to copper-plated steel, mild steel core electroplated with copper, making coins magnetic and cheaper. The first copper-plated steel pennies were struck in 1992. As a result, 1992 pennies exist in 2 varieties: bronze, non-magnetic, scarcer in high grade; copper-plated steel, magnetic, the majority from mid-1992 onward. Total mintage for 1992 was around 254 million, mostly steel, but the bronze ones are harder to find in pristine condition. This change saved millions in production costs while keeping the familiar look. Interestingly, Christopher Ironside died in July 1992, so his portcullis design lived on posthumously on these transitional coins, a poignant farewell to his legacy. The coin was minted at the Royal Mint in Llantrisant, Wales, moved there from London in the 1960s for security and space. No mint mark appears, as is standard for UK circulating coins. It was made because pennies remained vital for everyday transactions, buying sweets, parking meters, or charity collections, despite inflation eroding their purchasing power. In the international collector's market today, as of 2026, a standard circulated 1992 one penny is worth very little, often just face value, 1 penny, or $50 to $200 for common steel versions. Uncirculated BU examples fetch $100 to $1,000. However, the real excitement comes from rarities. High-grade bronze 1992 pennies, non-magnetic, in MS 65+, can sell for $500 to $200,000 or more. Proof versions from sets are 5 to 8 millions. Rare errors, for example, off-center strikes, double dies, or transitional mule errors, though very few documented for 1992, have sold at auctions for thousands to millions of pounds/dollars in extreme cases. On eBay and coin sites, most 1992 pennies sell for under $500, but pristine or error examples occasionally hit $8 million plus in hot markets. No 1992 penny reaches millions in value. That's reserved for ultra-rare historical coins like the 1933 penny, one sold for over $8 million. But the 1992 holds charm as the last bronze/first steel year, a quiet revolution in British coinage.